I'm going. Instruction 4. Okay, so this is a blast from the past. We've got the boat deck, and what we want to do is apply this wiring to J3, which is just that socket there, guys. So make sure you get the right end of your wire and carefully just push that into the LED circuit board, which I think I've got the wrong. No, I've got the right one. It's just probably the wrong way around. Just got to be careful with all your fittings on the other side also, guys. You've got your chimneys, etc. on this one. So we've got to just push that in there, like so. Sorry, yeah. I'm in here. Just move the camera over for you guys. You've got this lighting up, but the battery's a bit dim. That's going to be that stairwell. And also you've got a stairwell which is lighting up there. Not sure where this is going to go. I think this might be one of the chimneys maybe. Just put this on top of that deck. So I'm going to feed that through that square as I just told you just. And what we're going to do is line these pins up. So if I just pull that string, that wire through string on my left, on that deck at the minute, I'm just going to prise it in like the other one. Just a little tip. When pulling it on, guys, your little bit of wiring you've got, make sure it's inside the rooms, if that makes sense, because you don't really see that through the little windows through here. When you look at part of the video, it's attach these little mounts like so. So there's one in with some AM screws. Basically putting these little brackets into the model. Hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're doing good, guys. Hope you're well. Today I'm building more of the Titanic from Hatchetpartworks, and we've got 122 and issue123. There's the magic, guys. We'll take a look through those in a minute, and also the parts with this week's issue. If you've not already subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also comment and share. Press that bell notification not to miss a thing on the channel, including the Titanic, what we're doing today. But without further ado, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Titanic from Hatchetpartworks. Okay then, guys, so here we have 122 and 123. Let's get cracking on and have a look what's in this first issue of this week's video of 122. So here's the parts, guys. We'll take a look at those shortly. First of all, let's whiz through this week's mag. Right, as you can see here, coming up in the next issue, guys, the second half of this video, we have got stern cross beam, plates, brackets and screws, as you can see there. So that's coming up in the second half of the video. I'm not sure what's entailed in that next issue, but we'll soon find out. So yeah, here we have then what we're doing today. Basically the aft wheel deck and the main deck assembly. So yeah, we're working on the promenade deck and the bridge deck, and as I say, got the aft wheel deck and the main deck assembly, which is all showing you that there. So if we just whiz through these instructions, as you can see, we're joining wires or taping wires, so they're going to be all plumbed in right, and then it looks like we are attaching the two decks, which is pretty cool, and that's how that's looking there. So we're going to crack on through this week's instructions and get this done for this first part of this week's video. We've also got a light test also, guys, and then at the end of it, that's how it's going to be looking. Pretty cool. Right, so let's take a look at the parts. So yeah, here's the box, wrapped brilliantly as usual. There you go. There's the box, we don't need that anymore. We've got some of the decking, and of course some more of the aftwell deck. There you go. And that is a different colour. Whether it's meant to be, that's a different colour. They're usually white, these panels are. Oh, and also we've got an LED strip just there. So we're going to put these to one side for a minute, and let's move on to instruction 1. Right then guys, so I've got the 3 decks here. As you can see, it's a big carnage. But this wire, which we applied in the last couple of issues, we've basically got to feed that. If you can just see, let me lift the Tron up a minute, bring you over guys so I can show you. We've got to basically put it through that square there. So this wire will be going through that square there, and then as you can see, it's very while I sit back down, you've got all these holes here which are going to line up with these holes just there and there and so on, and that deck is going to be sitting on top of that deck there. So show you that again. These holes here guys, you can see all along this deck, these little pins are going to have the screws, the AP screws going through, and we're going to connect that deck together. And as I say, we're going to put this wire through that square there. So as I just place this camera back down for you guys to get a good shot, there we go. What we're going to do is again just put this on top of that deck. So I'm going to feed that through that square as I just told you just. And what we're going to do is line these pins up. So if I just pull that string, that wire through string on my left, there we go. And then what we're going to do is line these up, as I said earlier in this part of the video. Which I think once we get just over these little lips, we should be okay. But it's going to be a tight fit guys, because that's how it's going to have to be secure. I think I could do pulling up a little bit more. Now I think that might be online to get in the right position. There you go. Just got to push that through. There we go, like that. It does sound like I'm breaking things out guys, but it's just got a little bit of force to push it to where it needs to be. Let me just turn this deck round. Same again on this side. I think it's been resting on there that long. It's warped a little bit because it's not in the right place where it should be. Tell you what guys, I'm doing a lot of standing up with this build. Getting stuck in. There we go. Oh, that's going through me. Right. Doesn't seem right forcing it like this, but you've got to give it a bit of pressure guys, else you're not going to get it in the right position when you need it. So that needs to be pushed up there a little bit more. See, this is the trouble with doing these builds when they've been standing so long. Then you've got to get them into where they need to be. There we go. We'll get it. There we go. It's clicked into there brilliantly. Right, so if I just pick the camera up again, guys, and show you. Sorry about these wobbly cameras, but it's the only way I can show you this build, as it's so big. Those decks are now together. I used to be dreading this time I was doing this build, to be fair, because I know that no matter what sort of setup you've got, it's a massive build. So today I thought I'm just going to pick the camera up and down. I know you guys will bear with me, but that's how that's looking now. So what we've got to do now is turn that on its side carefully. I can show you underneath all the wires where they need to be. These tapes are not doing the job very good. They're supposed to be on them, but they've keep peeling off, etc. But anyway, right, now I'm going to get some AP screws and screw this together. Okay guys, so I found a way where to support it. and I'm just going to go with it. So now what we're doing is screwing these two decks together. So I've done that first one there. I'm going to put another one in here. These are AP screws, by the way, and all we're going to do is screw all these in. Just do them lightly though, guys. Go to each hole connector and just put them in a little bit, and then when you've got them all in the positions where you want them, and tighten them up. It might be a little bit easier getting them even like that before tightening one right up at a time. So I'm going to get these done, and then we'll look at the finished result in a bit. And if by magic, guys, that is now all put together, as you can see. So that takes us to the end of instruction 2. So that's looking, it's all nicely screwed with 13 AP screws. Quickly show you again. Just in there, guys, there's 2, 4, 6, and the rest are all down this side, and you got the last one, and just get that there. That's the 13th one. Yeah, so now, guys, we're back to doing the adhesive stickers. So I want one on here. This is also just to stop them from getting screwed into like the connectors where the screws are when you put the decks together. That's what this is for as well, guys, to protect your wiring. So we want that one down here, and then that one has got to go like that. That's that done. And this also, guys, is a time to see if you've got your wires right and they're in the right places. Like, for example, this one here was going to the wrong LED connector, so I've just moved that over, and this one right at the end I've put in the right place. So it's a good time now to be sorting things out like that, because as this is connected from 2 other decks, you're not going to be able to do it at a later date. So let's have a look where we are. We're here at the minute. Now we need another sticker just here. Yeah, it's all going off here, guys. I've got things falling off the chimneys and everything. Look, it'll work out. He says, right, so this wire here, this is nothing for now. This is just going to be hanging. But then, last of all, this one, we'll check where this is meant to be. It's coming off there. See, now that has to go into there. So what we'll do is I'll put that into there first. It's just sorting everything out now, guys, getting all ready. There we go, it's a nice little click. And then what we do then is just put a bit of this tape on there like that. There we go. And there's nothing going to get pinched now, that's all that's for. Tie this up nice and neat. And that is instruction 3. All done. We've taped it all up. Again, I'll lift the video up, guys, the camera. Tape that one, and that one, and that one. See, this one didn't have a home just, it was just hanging, and basically that was going there. But this one was empty, so that didn't have a wire. Story short, looked at the instructions, the pictures, that's meant to be in there, and that's meant to be there. So that boat deck, bridge deck, boat deck, there's a lot of decks, is all ready now to be placed on top of the bridge deck. And that's instruction 4. Oh, sorry, before we move on, each one of these wires, you can see here 4 wires, they go by the name of K1 wire, K2, K3, K4. Each of these wires have got to go through a little crevice, a little hole, which is on the other deck, the promenade deck. So this boat deck is now going to be sitting on top of the promenade deck, and if I just bring that over, there we go. So here is the promenade deck. You can see here you've got squares, little holes just there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one's already got one coming out. That's got to be put somewhere, where I don't know yet. Yeah, that's where we've got to put all these wires on the boat deck into the promenade deck. Okay, Bit of a nightmare there, guys, but it's part of that model building. Basically, one of the LED strips, which was this part of the deck under here, had fell off. The clips had basically broke, so what I've done, I've had to take all this off, all the deck off, 20 screws, go underneath, glue the LED strip back on, or else in the future, when the lights are supposed to be lights up there, it probably would look a bit sketchy, to be fair, but it's all glued back now. What I mean by that is these parts here to come off the clips, so I've had to put it back with glue, but it's all sorted now, guys. So back on track to instruction 4. What we're going to do then, this wire sticking up just here, it's got to be plugged in to J3 like so. Told you, it's all falling apart, guys. You have to glue it all back together, but here it's one of them. I was expecting it. And this one has got to push through that square there. And just grab it underneath. That's it, pull it through like that. There's going to be a lot of moving of this cam today. Sorry, bear with me, guys, with the shakiness. And then this one has got to be pushed through that square. Right through to the underneath bit, which is easier said than done. There we go, got it. And then finally, this wire has got to be put through this square here. Yeah, guys, this is going to start getting fairly fiddly now over the next coming issues. I'm expecting it not to be too easy. Right, so just trying to find that in there. There we go, got it. Right, so all those wires are in. And now what we're going to do is pull that on top of that deck. So yeah, you can see I've placed that on that deck at the minute. I'm just going to prise it in like the other one. Just a little tip. When pulling it on, guys, your little bit of wiring you've got, make sure it's inside the rooms, if that makes sense, because you don't be seeing that through the little windows through here when you're looking at your lights. So I'm just going to make sure all this is flush. And then you should be able to turn it over and screw it together like the other. Now, it's got to be pushed back a little bit. There you go. You've got like little pins will have to be lined up, so it makes it easier to get this deck on. It'll only go in one position, but boy, it's tight to get in. I think we're winning there. Again, let me turn this thing around. Understand, guys, this is massive now. But it seems to be dropping into place, dare I say that. But as it's been stored for over a year, this part, as you can see, it's very warped. But it will all go into place once screwed in. That's how that's looking. Look at that. Lovely. Right, so now what we're going to do is these holes here, we're going to screw some more AP screws, and then that will pull that deck down and it will all be connected together. So as you've already seen me start off screwing in all these holes on the other decks, I'm going to get that done, guys. After that, we'll have a light check. So I've put all the screws in the bottom, all underneath, so all this now is all secure. Now it's time to do the light check, test, whichever way you put it. So I'll take my tester, plug it in, fingers crossed, there we go. Look at that. Just lift the camera up again, guys. You can see all the LED lights are shining beautiful, and I'm not sure you can see in this light at the minute, but at the end of the video, stay tuned. I will show you in the dark so you can see every light shining under there. Let me just turn one of the lights off. Yeah, you can see just about just these windows all here and on the top decks. Well, second from top, but they are all working. That's all that matters. So that's that done. Let's get my lighting back on. Now let's move on to the next part. And now what we've got to do, guys, for instruction 7 is put the deck in. So we'll do a dry fit. Self-explanatory, guys. Just put it where you've got these little lips and the holes will probably lined up. Simple as that. Now, in the last video when I did this, I didn't use any glue, and here it is. This is where I used no glue, guys. I'm going to do this time, because in the end I had to put glue because it was peeling up. So the adhesive is still not the best, to be fair. Well, that's down to where they're stored, I'm not sure. So I'm going to use some glue this time, not make that mistake again. So I'll just put a bit of glue all the way around, and what with the glue and the adhesive, I shouldn't have any problem. Which I've done all the way through the build. Always use a bit of glue, as you might know if you've been watching the videos, guys. So no harm done in using a bit of glue. Because there'd be nothing worse when the build's done and it's all in the place where I'm going to be putting it, wherever that'll be, probably on my shelf and behind me. But you don't want all the decking peeling off, guys, when you've got your pride and joy build done. Anyway, back to the build. I've had another pack today delivered. I think it's up to 140 odd, but it's to do with the extra issues. So yeah, it's all good. A bit away from that yet, but it'll be soon here. Let's take your time with this. Usually, once you've got one section of the decking right, it all just fits into place like so. As you can see, that was pretty easy. How I did it, guys, is if you just start from the top, got little lips here anyway, and the rest will just fall into place. So just carefully just rub that decking like that, all around the edges, and of course we've got glue on there and the adhesive, so that should stick pretty cool. And there you have the aft wall deck with decking completed. And now that's done, we've got to check some more LED lighting. So if I reach over the back of me, I'm going to check this strip, and then we'll be attaching it to this deck. So we'll just plug this into this little tester I've got here. Yeah, it's working, brilliant. Always come to Jesus when I'm and say, oh guys, in case they're not working, because then you've got to order a back issue. But Hatchet are pretty good. If you tell them there's a part missing or something not working, they usually do send you one out free. It's just when they stop building that's the problem, because then you have to go to back issues or eBay or things like that. So we're going to turn this over then, and now what we're going to do is apply it to this part of the deck. And now I'm just looking so I can put this the right way around. It's got to be like that. There we go. Push that over a touch. Yeah, it's very tight though. It's not usually that hard to get in. There we go. You've got to be careful. Just don't be scared to put a bit of pressure. There we have it. You know what? I'm going to just check, see if that's still working. Fingers crossed. Yeah, still working. And as you can see there, that's probably going to be lighting up something on that part of the deck in the future. But yeah, I'm happy with that. LED lights in, clips are still intact. That's not moving anywhere. And that is it for this part of the build, guys. And then this issue 122. So still stay with me, guys. Now moving to issue 123. So here's the issue 123. Let's get this open. Right, we'll take a look at the parts in a sec. Quick browse through the mag. Right, coming in the next issue next week, 124, guys. We've got the poop deck, decking, and the poop deck. As you can see there, so that looks it. Just move it over on the camera. We've got to be doing more than that, surely. That's just putting decking on. If not, I'm going to take that, because around the corner we've got a lot of hard work coming, guys, doing the maths and everything. It's going to be hard. There's a little bit of drilling, you have to be doing all that stuff. Right, so in this video then, we are putting the stern cross support. So there we go, just 2 instructions, and that's how it's going to be looking at the end of this video and this week. So let me quickly get the parts. Yeah guys, so there you have it. We've got some IM screws. This piece here, which is 123B, that's plastic, and that's one of the brackets. And then we've also got these 2 brackets which are metal. Those are 123C. What I've just said as well, we've got the screws, IM screws, and we've got 123A, which is the stern cross support. So we're going to crack on with this, guys. What we need to do now is place this over that piece like that, and then we need to get 2 screws and screw those in. So if I get 2 IM screws, and we're kicking off, getting into instruction 1 of this issue. There we go. Let's get these screwed in. Yeah, do hope you enjoyed doing these double bumper issues, guys. I'm just wanting to get through this now, get this build up and done on my shelf, and then crack on with the extended bit of the bigger version of the engine. And that's how that's looking at the end of instruction 1. Okay then, so I've got the build down, and now what we're going to do for the second and final instruction of this part of the video is attach these little mounts. Like so, so there's one in with some IM screws. So basically putting these little brackets into the model. I'm just going to put one on this side. Let's get this attached to the screwdriver. There we go. And finally this last screw. Yeah, I'll get those screwed in, and then we'll get the rest of the bracket. Yep, so those 2 brackets are on. Now I'm going to put this support across with that little square facing towards the end of the model, and we're going to put 4 more IM screws to secure that. And then guys, we are getting to the end of this double issue and this video today. I do hope you enjoyed it, guys. You know what to do if you've enjoyed it and you want more, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's just get this connected, and stay tuned to the end, guys, and I'll give you a nice glory shot of it all, how it's looking. Hopefully with the lights, if we're back to stand on out. Talking of lights, I'm absolutely boiling in the studio today, guys. It's been warm outside in the UK, 25 degrees, 26 degrees, and the lighting in the studio don't have to make it hot. Especially with my soundproofing I've now put on the ceiling, which I will do a short about that soon when it's completed. I've still got a bit more to do, but I can tell the difference. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Come back next time. Take care. And that is it for this week's issue, this double issue of the Titanic, guys. And trust me, I've got loads of issues down here on the floor, so I'm trying to bang these out like all my builds, guys, for you guys to see what's going on and see the progression of these builds. Today, basically, I've done a support beam on the aft section of the hull. Let me just double check it. Yeah, so we put the support beam that's been fitted across the aft section of the hull. And then also, just looking at the back of the mags here, we have completed the boat deck, promenade deck and bridge deck have been joined together, and the decking has now been fitted to the aftwell deck. I'm just reading that off, guys, because I want to get the information right for you guys, so I'm telling you the right thing at the end of each video of the week. What I'll do, guys, I will put a link in the description down below, and if you want to get this for yourselves, I'm not sure if it's still possible to get hold of this, to be fair. I think it is, but what I'll do is I will put that link in the description, and if it is, go and get it for yourself, guys. It's a magnificent build, as you can see here, but it's a massive build, guys. It's going to take a lot of room, and it takes a long time to even to get to this stage. I think the full process of it is, you're talking about 2.5 years, and now they've extended it by 50 issues for a bigger version of basically the engine you've got in the model. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. See ya. Peace.